Okay, dah.
Okay, let's start our interview session. Okay, first of all, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nurul Najihah binti Matsari. I am the moderator for this morning. In this meeting, we would like to discuss about professional conduct in engineering ethics, especially in Malaysia. Okay, firstly, I would like to thank to everybody for being here this morning. Our topic today will be discussed with well-known expert panel, which is before the interview session begin, let me introduce you to our dedicated panel, which is Mr. Darren Ching and Madam Diana Atira. Okay, for your information, these two panels are from Ultracon Construction Berhad that are located at Selangor Darussalam. Okay, before we are jumping to the very first question that will be asked from our team members, I would like to ask Mr. Darren and Miss Liana to tell us a little bit about your background before you guys get involved in this company.
Then
You dulu, you
start.
start.
You we the same company.
You lah,
Try
you
dia.
start
Try
dulu
dia.
dah. You start dulu. I don't know. You start dulu.
So you guys want to know a little bit about ourselves, is it?
Dia tak dengar lah.
Dah dengar ni.
No.
We can hear you.
So you guys want to know a little bit about Ultracon, is it?
Okay.
Okay, so basically we are a post-tensioning company. Okay, our HQ is in Singapore. Right, we are based in Malaysia lah. So post-tensioning, if you know what is post-tensioning, is basically a system where we replace rebar using a special kind of reinforcement. You can look it up online for more details about it. But in general, it's basically a more efficient and I would say reduced labor alternative as compared to the conventional rebar system. So that's a little bit about our system lah, and we are the specialists for it.
So how about yourself? You can tell us a little bit
myself.
your study background or so on.
So I graduated in University of Nottingham. Okay, and I was here in Ultracon for about 4 years already. I have actually been a consultant, working in a consultant firm for 2 years. So 6 years working experience lah.
Student interview.
So 6 years working experience in Cal. So graduated with a master in engineering in Nottingham 6 years ago.
Okay, how about Miss Liana?
For me, I'm graduated in construction management in UiTM, and Ultracon is my first job for 4 years already. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we can start to our our interview session lah. Okay, so my team member will start first. Kuzairi, we cannot hear you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Okay, my name Muhammad Kuzairi bin Mazlan, student from University Technical Malaysia Melaka. First question I want to ask to Mr. Darren. Okay, what is the step taken by the company to avoid any problem related to information leakage to the third party?
Normally, when it comes to information leakage, we will make sure that all of us actually, before we join in, we have to sign a contract lah, to keep information about the company and everything confidential. and we also have signed what's that one called? Conflict of interest, so that we avoid having any people that we know, maybe our siblings, our girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, who is actually in the same field, which clashes with ours lah. So we have to sign the conflict of interest form to avoid any information leakage out. Yeah, that's the best we can do lah, to avoid leakage.
Oh,
Is to sign a form only, an agreement lah.
okay. Okay, next question. Aliza.
Okay, hi, my name is Aliza Nadira. I want to asking to Miss Yana, based on your background that we have seen, you are from construction management. So can you share with us your journey from being a graduate and your current position now?
So, as you know, I'm in the construction line, not a pure in engineering line, but I have a basics in engineer. So during my diploma I'm intern at one of a structure company, which is doing a same post tensions. So since that I very want to know more details. Even post tension not too familiar with me as a not engineering line. So during my degree, before my license, I'm starting for looking for a job. So my luck, I got to involve also in the post tensions company. I learned more in this company about post tensions. Even I not familiar before with the post tensions. Until now, I can know more detail about design, about what is a post tension system, how to costings, and so on. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miss Liana. It was so interesting. Next, I would like to ask this question to Mr. Darren. As we know, everyone that working in engineering field will be directly or indirectly involved in certain company project. So, from the project that that you guys had fall early, what have you done when completing the project, which is in terms of reporting, to ensure that it can be obtained the approval from the bosses or somebody who related to approve that kind of project lah.
Authority, is it? Is this approval from authority, is it? Okay, because we are subcontractors, so authority approval is not done by us. It's done by main contractor. So being a subcontractor, we will be under the main contractor. So if you look at it's like a chart, okay, on top will be the developer, then below it will be the main contractor, and then below main contractor will be the subcontractor, which is us. So approval by authority will not be done by us lah. But approval will still need to be obtained. But how we go through the process is we will give all the information to the main contractor. So in terms of if let's say if we're undertaking the design, then the design will be sent to the main contractor and he will submit it to the consultant for approval. So it really depends on where we are standing in the hierarchy, I would say. So because we're subcontractors, so most of the information for approvals need to go through the main contractor. So every information we have, we'll compile it, we will submit to the main contractor, and the main contractor will do the submission for approval. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, next question.
Okay. This question for Miss Liana. Can you tell us how one of your project given by superior company employer is related to your qualification?
Actually, it's related from early stage until the end stage. During early stage, we doing tender, right? So during tender, you have structure. You have to know what the designs, how to read the BQ, how you to implement from the drawing to the BQ. So after that, when you awarded the project, you have to read the contracts. You have to know the terms and the terms of conditions inside the contracts, and you have to sorry, you have to know the terms of contracts, right? So during a construction stage, what you learn, you have to implement on the construction stage. I think from the early until the end is related. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Darren, based on your experience working in this field, did you feel the engineering profession take ethics seriously enough?
The engineering ethics take seriously, I would say it's in between lah. It's in between. Working in the construction site, you can see that there is always an implementation of safety regulation done by the main contractors to ensure safety of the workers. But most of the time, a lot of these rules are broken. So we will actually still see death on site where workers actually die. Personally, I've actually seen 3 to 4 workers who actually died on site. Workers and also engineers as well. So whether is it taken lightly or not, it really depends. Main contractor do try to provide the safety regulation, but most of the time it's not adhered to. They don't follow. So which brings to this problem lah, where they actually die on site, which is unfortunate lah. So yeah, ethnic wise, like that all in between lor.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Darren, for answering Aliza's question. Okay, next, this question I would like to know Miss Liana opinion. What are the criteria when you manage a task and timelines with different level of importance?
Criteria, I think on marketing department. For criteria, I think the relationships between client, so you can manage the tasks and timelines. Is it?
Come again. What's the question again?
Criteria when you manage your tasks and timelines with different levels of importance.
I think to answer this question, I can help Liana for this lah. When it comes to different level of importance, all is important lah. But we would target those who have the closest deadline or the project that need to start the soonest. That's how we level the importance. So if let's say the deadline for this project is much tighter than the other project, then we'll come in line with more to it as compared to another project who starts about later. Maybe
For the marketing side, you have to know, is it the client already got the job or still under tendering? If the client already got the job, so you need to more focus on that.
Okay, next question for Mr. Darren. Okay, will you be prepared to turn whistleblower to expose poor ethical decision or action by engineer?
sorry, come again.
Will you be prepared to turn whistleblower to expose poor ethical decision or action by engineer?
Yes, I will. I will expose her because it's our ethic. We learn this in school that we need to, have proper ethics, engineer ethics. So yes, I will.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Mr. Darren. Okay, for Miss Liana,
Yes.
have you ever been in a situation or decide as an engineer in which ethic was an important consideration?
Yes. I've been before in these situations. And which ethics, you have to aware with the marketing, the world marketings, aware on how your action can contribute to the project or company. No matter you in the marketing line, you in the operations, you as a designer, you have to know or aware with marketing how to design with a costing, aware to have a competitive design and methods of constructions, as you need to give a good service to the clients. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miss Liana, for the answer.
Okay, this our last question to Miss Yana. What is your specialty and how is it related to your current department?
Specialty, love to learn, so you can learn more detail about structure. Yeah. And also you contracts for the terms and conditions can help.
Okay, this is a question for us to Mr. Darren. Do you feel large corporations are held to account sufficiently when cases of poor engineering ethics are brought to light?
Soalan dia bagus. Yes, they should be held accountable. I'd say, because they are the anchor of the company. The large corporation, they're basically a good role model for the younger, smaller companies. So yes, their ethics, the way they actually should give an example, it's actually good. They should be a role model for the smaller companies. So yeah, I think they should be held accountable. they should be taking more responsibility in this.
Okay, thank you to Miss Liana and Mr. Darren for answering the last question. Okay, before I go to the conclusion, I would like to ask you guys punya advice to us, because as you know, we are from our last semester and final year, and after this we are going to jumping into to practical. So can you guys give some advice for us to get involved or sesuaikan diri untuk alam pekerjaan?
Liana?
Dah boleh start cari kerja lah sekarang. And tahu you punya mana you nak pergi. And bila dah dapat tu, you belajar lah banyak. Dekat dalam kerja lagi banyak benda nak belajar. And praktikkan apa yang belajar tu kat tempat kerja. Sorry, your advice? You mesti banyak advice.
My advice would be to, like Leonard say, get a job first. Once you get a job already, don't be shy to ask questions. Don't be shy to ask the question why. Why is this happening? Why is it like this? Kenapa macam ni? Kenapa macam tu? Like Liana herself, she joined Utracon without any experience in engineering, yet she has this very keen ability to ask questions and to learn, which I feel like it's a very inspiring thing. She's actually a very good example to follow. So don't be shy to ask the question, especially to your superiors. Sometimes they can be scary. I personally have experienced superiors who are scary from my previous job, but I always try to ask. But if you never ask, you never learn. Just the same macam sekolah. Kalau lecturer you ajar something you tak faham, you kena tanya. It's like that. So in the same with work also. There's a lot of things in work that you have not learned in school one. Benda-benda kat sekolah you belajar doesn't apply in work. It's totally different thing one. The school teach you the basic, but the more challenging things is during work. So the first few during the practical you start experiencing, they won't give you a lot of responsibilities lah. Tapi you boleh you try to ask, try to learn. Kalau salah tak apa, we learn from our mistakes. And then later when you guys dah graduate, you guys dah full-time job already, then it's hard, it's tiring, it's memang susah. Tak ada kerja yang senang punya, but it pays off lah over time. So that's my advice lah.
Alright, thank you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, as conclusion, our industries in Malaysia are very concerned about ethical behavior, especially in engineering field. As future engineer, should be very grateful because our country is very empathizing about our right, because there are some countries out there are not deny it, and it cause many problem among it. Okay, lastly, before ending up this meeting, I would like to thank everyone that has contributed to this interview session, especially Mr. Darren and Miss Liana. Hopefully, this discussion will beneficial to everybody. Okay, Assalamualaikum and have a nice day, everyone. Thank you so much, and you all may leave this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wait, before we end, can we